Woo! It is cold out in this cold outside, man. But it's a beautiful night. It is a beautiful night. Lord willing, this can be edifying and quick for the brothers and sisters that's gonna probably be watching this a little later. Real quick, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world inwardly calls Jesus the Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And the mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word, Lord willing that they continue to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwat Yom that are believers of His faith and His truth. Lord willing that you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. You see the title of this lesson? It says, Israel, you should learn from your husband. Now, some people is probably thinking of, the physical wife. Gotcha. We talking about Yahushai in the nation of Israel. Your husband is Yahushai. How do you learn from your husband? By the Rakak Wadash, right? You gotta be moved by the Rakakwadash to learn these scriptures. If man's going to the Lord, if the Lord move you to videos where you're getting edified, getting builded up in the understanding, that is the Rakakwadash guiding you. Your husband did it, right? Let's get this real quick. Revelations chapter 19, and I think I'll go straight to the point, verse 7. It says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife have made herself ready. Right? Through the Spirit, how is the wife making herself ready? Right? By cleaving and getting the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai before that great judgment. Right? Let's read that again. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb, which is Yahushai, is come, and his wife have made herself ready. Right now, the children of Israel, starting with the elect men and the elect lady and the elect children, right? They're making themselves ready for the deliverance, that's going to come forth from their husband, right? Again, the title of this lesson is Israel, Israel, learn from your husband. Be taught by your husband. How is your husband teaching you, Israel? Is because Yahushai is your husband, and he's going to send the Rakakwadash to teach you all things. I want to get this. This is Jeremiah 31, starting at verse 4 in the NLT. I think in the GNT, it's going to say bride. It says, I will build you my virgin Israel. You will again be happy and dance merrily with your tabarines. Again, you will plant your vineyards on the mountains of Samaria and eat from your own gardens. The day will come when watchmen will shout, and from the hill country of Ephraim, come, let us go to Jerusalem and to worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, our power, right? We are the virgins of the Lord, right? When you go to Revelations, the 14th chapter, it says that the 144,000 are virgins, right? Is this a literal virgin? No, it means spiritual, that through the Spirit, the elect were predestined to get it. They were not defiled by another philosophy. Let's actually get that real quick, right? Revelations, the 14th chapter, the virgins is learning from their husband, right? Through the Spirit. This is Revelations chapter 14 and verse 4. It says, these are, let me start at verse 3. It says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000. I'm not wearing a hat. The 144,000. Wait, Salaki, verse 3 again. They sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts, and the elders of the man could learn that song. I mean, no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God into the Lamb. Now the first ones that's learning from their husband is the elect, the 144,000, because when you go to St. John 17, Yahushua says he left them in the world, talking about, the disciples, talking about really the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the ones that are teachers that he planted his instructions and they actually go teach in order Israel to cleave back unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? Let me get in this car so I can get comfortable, because I'm gonna end this live a little quick how cold it is out here. Right? Let's get in there real quick. I got some time. Please forgive me, family. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay. Okay, now we can get it in real quick. Right? So again, the men of the Lord are virgins, right? Because they haven't been touched by any other philosophy. So when we went to Jeremiah 31, it said virgin Israel, starting with the 144,000, right? The Lord is doing the same thing he did of old. He is using his prophets to teach his word, right? So let's get another one. Let's see if this is the one I want. Let's just try Isaiah 62. Isaiah 62 in verse 5. Isaiah 62 verse 5, it says, "For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee. And as the bridegroom rejoiceth over the bride, so shall thy power rejoice over thee." The bridegroom is Yahushai, and he's going to marry his bride. When you go into Matthew 22, it's dealing with the marriage, right? Yahushai is preparing us for that marriage. And the aisle is the chariot beaming up the elect. Not like how this society in Esau time, you have a wedding where you walk down the aisle. This aisle is you getting beamed up to the chariot going unto the Lord, right? But I want to get this, because you got to in order to really know these scriptures, the Lord has to send the Rakak Wadash upon you, and it's going to teach you all things. Let me see. You got St. John, the 14th chapter, and I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, "If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive." Right? So if you are an Israelite and you are friends of the world or of this world, you won't be able to receive the Spirit of truth. This is why your family members, your friends, your homies, right, that girl that you might be crushing down the street, she will not get it, right? Because she doesn't have the Spirit of truth, because she is of the world, right? And in the other nations, they're of the world. It says, "Because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you." Right? And that's even more a confirmation of the Rakak Wadash, because to have the Lord in you, you're always abiding in his word, right? You have excitement of hearing the word. You have excitement of learning, right? You want to see your people get salvation, right? Even though the 2/3 you want destruction on them, right? The Lord said he want a unexpected end for his people, really talking about the elect on this side. And to have the Rakak Wadash in you, especially as men, the men is the best example to explain the Spirit, is because you're going to teach the deep things, right? That's another thing. Let's just get that. A verse we always bring out. I'm always bringing this out. How about I read it in NLT? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 10. Because if if the Rakak Wadash is the spirit of truth, you're gonna know the deep things of the Lord. So this is 1 Corinthians 2, verse 10 and 11. It says, but it was to us that God revealed these things by his spirit. And again, the Lord is going to send the spirit of Yahushai in his name, right? Yahushai said that the Father is going to send the spirit in my name, right? So the Rakak Kodash is coming in the name of Yahushai. For his spirit searches out everything and show us God's deep secrets. This is why the men of the Lord, we always bring up the prophets, because Daniel 2, right? Amos 3 and 7, Psalms 25:14, right? The secrets is revealed to those that fear the Lord, and the secrets is revealed to the prophets, right? First, the secret is revealed to the prophets. A woman can have a dream or a vision, but in this side, women are not thinking of all these precepts or the doctrine of the Lord to be able to edify the sheep. It's good to have a vision and a dream, but even more to give the understanding or the sense, it lines up with what is in the scriptures, right? And the spirit is going to reveal it. Like when you go to what happened to Joseph, when he had those dreams, he was able to interpret it. Now we have it written in the scriptures, and it was really going into famine, right? The same with Daniel, going into the four beasts, right? The Babylon, the Persian, Medes, and the Romans, the Roman Empire, which even the continuation of their empire, which is the little horn. And then you get a extra expounding when Esdras, the prophet, came later on in the time of the Persian captivity, and the angel expounded a little deeper to Esdras, right, on behalf of Yahweh about the fourth beast, right? So the spirit is a moving motion and is giving us the deep things so we can understand in this time, right? It says no one can know a person's thought except the person's own spirit. No one can know God's thoughts except God's own spirit, right? And this is another reason why where it says my ways are not your ways, my thoughts are not your thoughts. How high heaven is, that's how high my thoughts are. The only way we can understand Yahweh to the level that he allows us is what is in the scriptures, right? Verse 12, it says, and we have received God's spirit, not the world's spirit, so we can know the wonderful things God has freely given us. How you gonna know that if you don't have the Rakak Wadash? This is why the men of the Lord, this is why we over here, starting with the elder apostles, great millstone on down, we speak of the elect. We speak of spiritual powers. Yes, the women might feel a certain way. Yes, we talk about men having women and being in order. We speak about having the nations in subjection. We speak about being fruitful and having multiple children. We speak about leaving this planet and being able to go to other mansions, right? St. John, the 14th chapter, verse 1 and 4. Yahushua said he go to prepare a place for us. Only the Rakak Wadash is going to give the man of the Lord the sense of being able to give the sense of the scriptures. That goes back to the title, Israel, learn from your husband. Right? So back to St. John, the 14th chapter, and go in verse 18, it says, I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. How is he going to come to us? By the Rakak Wadash. Right? I'm going to go, I want to get this. Let me get this. This is St. John, St. John 14, verse 25. I said at 24, it says, he that loveth me keepeth not my sayings, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me. These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you. But the Comforter, which is the Rakak Wadash, whom the Father will send in my name, which is Yahushai, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things to remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you. This is why we're understanding what's going on in the scriptures, because our spiritual husband, which is Hamashiach Yahushai, is teaching us through the Rakak Wadash, right? Romans 15:4, these things that are the things that are written, the things that are written was written for your learning, right? So everything we have in these scriptures was written for our learning for this time right here, the time of Yahushai, before Yahushai, the time of Moses, the time of Cain and Abel, the time of Adam and Eve. All these scriptures was written for our learning, and the Rakak Wadash is going to edify us. Let alone when you go into Acts the 8th chapter, when Philip, the angel of the Lord, told him to go this way, and then later on the Spirit said go into that chariot. So it was the Lord's will for him to go to the eunuch and guide him in the book of Isaiah, the 53rd chapter, because he couldn't understand it. He said, "Do you understand what you read?" He said, "No, not unless somebody guide me." Right? And so with us, that's another example of the Rakak Wadash, the Spirit, right? Is when a man of the Lord is guiding you in the scriptures, not in human wisdom, but in the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Any teacher on this side has to teach with the Rakak Wadash. And how do we know our true prophets, right? That they come in the spirit of Yahushai. Woo! Man, that just smacks, right? And that's your husband through the spirit. This is Revelations 19:10. It says, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushai, worship God. For the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy." So even the angel was in the spirit of Yahushai, because he was showing and teaching John about Yahushai. He said, I'm your brother, and I'm your fellow servant that have the testimony of Yahushai. So in the same, the angels are messengers. The men of the Lord are angels. They are messengers. And they're supposed to come in the spirit of Yahushai. And the way that you know that is by prophecy. And if they bringing out the prophecy line upon line, here a little, there a little, and it's actually 100% correct, guess what? He just taught you through the Rakak Wadash, right? Which, I believe the brothers I labor with, the elder apostles on down, that when they teach, they're teaching through the Rakak Wadash. And I'm over here listening. And then it might motivate me to do a lesson. Might not do the same lesson, but I might take a verse or a precept that I'm like, oh, you know what? They just went into that parable. Oh yeah, I got to do a lesson on that. That would be the spirit, because let's go to Psalms 104 verse 4. Right? Because what will cause you to do a lesson while you're watching a lesson? It says, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flame of fire, right? Jeremiah 20:9. He said it was a fire in me, and he tried to hold his words back, but the fire spewed out. That's what comes when your bride, right? Your bride is teaching you through the spirit, right? This is Ephesians 5:25. It says, husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it. Yahushai is the husband of the church. He gave his life for his wife. And as a domino effect, men, if you have a physical wife, you need to love her like Yahushai loved the church. He gave his life for it. You got to give your life for it. Not just only dying, but laying yourself down like a living sacrifice for your wife and your children when you put the Lord first, right? Everything on this side reflects to Yahushai. That's what made me do this lesson, right? When you think about your marriage, it's really reflected on Yahushai, right? When you going out to the highways and byways, it's reflected on Yahushai. You laying yourself down for the elect's sake, which is truly you're trying to teach Yahushai's wife. But really, Yahushai is teaching his wife through you. Man's going to the Lord. The words that you say is in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? The righteous man, those words came by the Lord. The Lord is teaching his wife through you. Jeremiah, the Lord was teaching his people, his wife, through him. Yahweh Shai, the Yahweh was teaching the nation of Israel or his followers through him, his wife. So on and so on. Moses was teaching the Lord's wife about him, the requirements of the Lord, right? This is about a marriage. Let's go back to Revelations 19:7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. Are you making yourself ready? And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For fine linen is the righteousness of saints, but in the end all is going to be you having a glorified body. You're going to have a glorified body like Yahweh Shai, right? Philippians 3, who's going to change his veiled body like himself, right? Yahweh Shai is going to change our veiled body like his. We're going to have immortality. It says, and he saith unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of God. That marriage is you getting beamed up, man, right? Being preserved, being scarcely saved from the destruction that's coming this way, right? Let me get another one. This is Revelations 21:2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, right? The elect is that adorned wife for the husband, which is Hamashi Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, right? Isaiah 54:5. For thy maker is thy husband. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai of hosts is his name, and thy redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, which is Yahweh Shai. Thy power of the whole earth shall he be called, right? We are Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's wife, right? The Lord's two wives are two sisters, the southern and northern kingdom, which are going to be one kingdom when Yahweh Shai comes and get us, right? This is 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to a Mashiach. Right? What would a husband do when he finds out that his wife is entertaining another man, another husband? He becomes jealous. He'll do anything, right? To get his wife in order. And that's what Yahweh Shemal Shai is doing on this side, getting the elect in order for his coming. Oh yeah, I already the dude, his name is 1968. That sounds like a drink. Exodus, the 3rd chapter, verse 15. If you go into uh the blue letter and you follow the modern Hebrew symbols they give you, they say Jehovah. When you actually follow the alphabet, it's really saying Yahweh. Where this lesson is nothing about that. If you don't know, this is not for you. So go take a shot at 1968. Right? So again, let's get John 3:9, 3:29. It says, he that have the bride is the bridegroom. But the friend of the bridegroom which standeth and heareth him rejoiceth greatly because the bridegroom's voice. This is my joy, therefore. This is my joy. This is my joy, therefore, is fulfilled. Right? And guess what? The bride of the bridegroom are the sheep, and they hear the bridegroom's voice, and they're very happy. Right? We could keep on going, but I don't want to exaggerate it too much. You even got Matthew 25, 1-46, where it says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lambs and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Right? And the 2/3 is the fools, which are the 5 fools, and the 5 wise are the elect, and they're getting ready for the bridegroom. We're not waiting. The elect is hoping for the Lord to make a speedily delivery. You know, my oldest daughter brought out this verse 2 days ago, and it was on point, giving her the sense on it. But Psalm 70:1, where David was like, Lord, come quickly. The elect want the Lord to come quickly to deliver them. Just like in the book of Judges, just like in the prophets, when Israel was getting done terrible in captivity, they was asking the Lord to quickly to deliver them. And that's what the bride is doing. That we want our husband, through the spirit, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, you understood what this was going into. Israel, learn from your husband. Your husband is your Yahushai, which you're going to learn through the Rakak Wadash. And the men of the Lord that is actually teaching you through the Rakak Wadash, you can tell if they are the men of the Lord because they have the spirit of Yahushai. And the spirit of Yahushai is prophecy. So the MOTB is coming, and it is physical. It's not sin, and it's not spiritual. It's physical, right? Jacob's trouble is on his way. World War III is on his way. Jacob's salvation is on his way. And this side is only about the elect, right? The 144,000 men and the 1/3 which accumulate all together as a great multitude, right? And if you don't see that, you just might not be of that number. But hey, you can repent and maybe the Lord might deal with you. But these prophecies that's written in the scriptures will come to pass, and you will know that a prophet was in the midst of you, right? So Lord willing, this is edifying. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your husband, which is Hamashiach Yahushai. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elders of Great Millstone. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit. Lord willing, that you all can continue to endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwatiyim, that are believers of this faith and this truth. Continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. With that, shalom, shalom.